at the Trusteeship Council Chamber of the United Nations headquarters in New York involves women heads of states and government convened during the high-level week of the UN General Assembly each September to discuss priority issues on the international community's agenda and to identify some of the solutions to today's complex and interlinking challenges.
During her presentation at this year's UNGA that started on 17th September 2022, Nabanja says Uganda has made progress in women emancipation, citing the bigger number of women holding positions in the cabinet of Uganda and at all other levels of leadership.
Uganda's cabinet is comprised of 43% women. And among these, the vice president is a woman. Myself, I'm the first female prime minister, and 2 deputy prime ministers are also women. And in parliament, the speaker of parliament is a woman.
The prime minister and other 3 key women leaders from Africa were invited by the president of the UN General Assembly, Abdullah Shahid, and the executive director of UN Women, Ms. Sima Bahous, to discuss issues affecting women. Katalin Novak, the first female president of Hungary, says that women are managers of crisis both at home and in leadership positions.
We speak about crisis. We spoke about the COVID, and I also have to mention the war in Ukraine. We are a neighboring country to Ukraine, so we are affected by the war. There are 150,000 Hungarians. Being a mother, it is a privilege that I would never give up on. And being a mother, it means that we mothers, we have experience in managing our families, in managing crisis. Who hasn't experienced as a mother, not knowing what is going to happen through the night, and not
managing equal access to finance for female and male entrepreneurs? Our central bank is providing collateral-free loan up to $2.5 million to the women entrepreneurs, 15% funds of the financing scheme, 10% industrial plots, and 10% small entrepreneurial funds are all located for women.
The president of the UN General Assembly, Abdullah Shahid, while giving his remarks, said that this year has been special because women leaders have shared openly how they contribute to transformation. The conference is running under the theme Transformative Solutions by Women Leaders to Today's Interlinked Crises. According to the organizers, the UN General Assembly Platform of Women Leaders is a special initiative that invites all current women heads of state and leaders of government businesses to discuss priority issues on the international community's agenda. Nabanja asserts that her participation in the conference is a vote of confidence in Uganda's positive strides in women empowerment. On the sidelines of the conference, the Prime Minister used this opportunity to showcase Uganda's progressive gender empowerment agenda and thought for partnership opportunities to further support Uganda's development and transformation journey. While in New York, the Prime Minister held bilateral meetings with Executive Director UN Women Sima Bahous, partners, UN bodies, business people, and potential investors. This is the second foreign trip undertaken by the Prime Minister since she was appointed in June 2021.
Now, Tororo district political leaders have launched the exercise of evicting people out of wetlands in order to restore back the lost ecosystems and fight environmental degradation. The exercise that is expected to end within this year is spearheaded by the Office of the Resident District Commissioner, as political leaders in the district are called upon to be part and to front the success of this exercise.
Kapeka Industrial Park encompasses about 20 factories dealing in the manufacture of different items including tiles, glasses, molding and ceramics, among others. In their oversight visit, the Parliamentary Committee on Trade and Industry, led by the chairperson Mwine Mpaka, made tours of different factories in Kapeka Industrial Park. Members of the committee were impressed to see that a number of factories in Kapeka use raw material, mainly purchased from Uganda.
We were told that they have about 900 people they're employing here. Bigger force is from Uganda. Every investment that would bring in more Ugandans with jobs is welcome.
The committee was in company of the Minister for Investment and Privatization, Evelyn Anite. Anite commended Chinese investors for training Ugandan youth in applicable skills.
The knowledge that the Chinese have come to transfer here, actually our children and our grandchildren, our grandparents, our parents knew about this technology. Because it's not an advanced technology. The only thing we don't have is the polish that they import. But all the raw material for making and molding these toilets, making the tiles, is here.
She emphasized the government's agenda of promoting the Buy Uganda, Build Uganda strategy.
We have understood industrialization, because if you purchase the product that is manufactured in the country, that means that more jobs will be created, more taxes will be gotten out of the factories, and therefore infrastructure development of your roads in your villages, your roads in your towns, your roads in your districts shall be able to be done.
The Parliamentary Committee on Trade promised to take up the issue of bad roads and connectivity in the industrial park.
It's a privately owned industrial park. We cannot do much, but I believe it is our duty at least to work on the road infrastructure. So we're going to lobby for government to intervene and work on the road infrastructure leading to these industrial parks.
The committee applauded General Salim Saleh for surrendering his land for investment to enable creation of employment and steering development.
We are really very impressed. The Ugandans working here, there's so many jobs have been given to our Ugandans. We are impressed as a committee, and on behalf of the Parliament of Uganda, the 11th Parliament, we are really appreciating the work done by both the investors here and General Saleh.
Susan Naung and Andrew Sebira reporting for EBC TV.
Of course, we apologize. That wasn't the Tororo evictions. That story will be coming your way in just a while. But that was about the Trade Committee, and we all know that those efforts are to boost the manufacturing sector and to help the trade within the country, move ahead. Now, moving over to Iyala verification, Mbara City South Member of Parliament Mwine Mpaka has been selected to chair the verification committee for nominees to the 5th East African Legislative Assembly. The 28 nominees will go through the 20-member committee, and the successful candidates are to be known by Thursday, 22nd September 2022. Let's hear more in this report.
Read by the Deputy Speaker of Parliament Thomas Tayebwa to the August House, Speaker of Parliament Anita Among has put in place a 20-member verification committee for the nominees to the race for the East African Legislative Assembly.
Members are Honorable Mwine Mpaka Ramirama, Chairperson. The verification committee is required to report back by Thursday, 22nd September 2022. By copy of this letter, all whips are accordingly notified.
28 aspirants have shown interest in the 9 available slots in the Iyala Parliament. The final day for nominations has been fueled by drama as some aspirants walked in with different sections of supporters, including musicians.
Njagala baggeto yuti bategeere ono omuntu gwe tuleeta essaawa zino muntu amanyi baggeto yuti twagala abantu abatumanyi.
Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs Norbert Mao accompanied his close associate Gerard Siranda to get nominated.
We are convinced that Dr. Siranda represents the best that Uganda has to offer.
The Democratic Party and National Resistance Movement recently agreed on a joint move to promote democracy in Uganda, and according to technocrats, DP's Gerard Siranda is not a mistaken identity in the race for Iyala.
I bring the experience of the iPod, where I have chaired the iPod Council.
The nominees have a common interest in the promotion of a common market within the East African community.
Will help my team behind me.
Baba.
Baba. Baba. Baba. The ghetto youths, the other youths,
Ugandans who have lost business in Sudan, even here come here to Parliament, so that Uganda must compensate. So we are in a community that requires leadership to go and assert ourselves there.
I believe that we need a true East Africa where we can have free access to market, where we can have free access to education.
In this coming Chisanja, we are calling it Chisanja Hakuna Mchezo, because we are focusing on ensuring the full implementation of the protocols of integration, but also most importantly to ensure that we bring integration to the wananchi, the people, through sensitization across all borders.
Iyala voting will be held on Thursday next week. Daniel Mugoya, Gloria Gwitabinji, UBC News.
Thank you very much there, Daniel Mugoya. Now, government is soon going to prohibit the operation of general health centers in Kampala City Center and then opt for the specialized services. The Commissioner for Maternal and Child Health, Dr. Jessica Nsungwa, says Kampala City Center no longer needs addition of a general health service center, but specialized units to supplement government effort in solving some of the quality healthcare equations. Now, Dr. Nsungwa was presiding over the launch of a remodeled neonatal intensive care unit at Case Hospital in Kampala.
Over the years, the liberalization policy has helped Uganda's healthcare to grow. Available statistics indicate that 47% of the health services are provided by the private sector, employing about 54% of the health workers.
And when you go to physicians, the percentage is even higher, maybe 80. When you look at pharmacists, almost 93% work in the private sector. So the question is, who is contributing to health in this country? And that's why this is very important to us.
Government has a plan to discourage establishment of general health services centers, advising private players to set up specialized service provision.
So if you're one of those people who's planning to have a general hospital in Kampala, I think your position is not in Kampala, it's probably in the suburbs. So today when we see Case Hospital move into more specialized services, and most importantly, hearing that many more things are coming probably even this year, means that this is a very important critical point in terms of alignment with policy.
The Case Hospital Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Abdul Sebale, welcomes this proposal.
But my plea to the Commissioner, private health practice in this country has been misunderstood by both the public and sometimes, unfortunately, we feel even the very parent ministry. You take us clearly as businessmen. I totally disagree. I totally disagree. If I'm a leader and anything normal, I fly out. Anything normal, I fly out. Then all my people around me are going to do the same. It's the same analogy about you producing shirts and then you are using somebody's shirts. So we need to plow back the confidence of the public in health services in the country, because I think we've moved strides. We've moved strides.
These were speaking at the sidelines of the launch of the remodeled intensive care unit and the neonatal intensive care unit at Case Hospital in Kampala.
One of our main priorities is to improve emergency care, emergency critical care, and this involves the whole thing, how the patients come, the transport, the referral, the ambulance system, and you can see today, this is a clear example where they have a composite program for all these cases. They have the infrastructure, they have the human resource, they have 37 intensive care nurses. And I think right now they have the biggest ICU in the country, in the private sector.
Government is due to operationalize recently constructed neonatal intensive care units across the country. According to statistics, an estimated 15 million babies are born too early every year worldwide, of which about 1 million babies die due to premature birth-related complications. Dorcas Kimono, UBC News.
It's time for us to take a short break. Do not go away, for we return with the Airtel D-Lite partnership interview. Stay with us.
Vimba! Ni MTN Kabode Super as you pay mpola for this smartphone. Make calls, update your WhatsApp status, watch YouTube, and Google anything under the sun with 2 GB worth of data every month for 7 months. Simply make a small deposit of 99k and pay the balance mpola. You can pay in daily, weekly, or even monthly installments while you enjoy your new phone. So what are you doing today? Visit any MTN shop near you and get the MTN Kabode Super easy.
I remember the lockdown, when the streets were empty and our lives disrupted, when businesses closed and our livelihoods hung in the balance. Hospitals were full. We lost loved ones, jobs, and hope. Our children couldn't study anymore. We cannot let this happen again. We should not go back. Get fully vaccinated against COVID-19 and join the millions of Ugandans who are already vaccinated.
Stay connected on the largest 4G network in Uganda using the Airtel 4G Pocket MiFi at only 75,000 Uganda shillings. It comes with 15 GBs free, valid for a month. You can connect up to 10 of your friends and family at a go. Visit the nearest Airtel shop to get one today or call 0800 333 330 for free delivery within Kampala. Dial *175 *9# to activate free 15 GBs. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Fellow Ugandans, did you know that we are losing wetlands at an alarming rate? Wetlands are the most threatened ecosystems, disappearing 3 times faster than the forests. Dear ones, we risk losing species to extinction and a lot of wetlands at maintaining our environment. Let us all be concerned, conserve, and restore our wetlands. In the name of God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Water and Environment, Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, Uganda National Meteorological Authority, in partnership with the Interreligious Council, with support from Government of Uganda, Green Climate Fund, and the United Nations Development Programme.
It's back! After 2 years away, the Uganda International Trade Fair is back! The Uganda Manufacturers Association excitedly invites you to the 28th Uganda International Trade Fair from October 3rd to October 10th. Visit more than 1,000 manufacturers, traders, distributors, and business people from all sectors at the UMA Showgrounds in Lugogo. We are back to innovation, products, and world-class manufacturing excellence. Entrance fee is 10,000 shillings only. Select manufacturers will offer discounted prices of up to 50%. Enjoy live performances from your favorite artists as we celebrate 60 years of Uganda's independence. To book space, call 0703 552 444.
October Bidel Musaba Gardens Mukono, October Mukaga Millennium Gardens Sazibuaya, October Munanaji Montelembara, 10 October, 40 Poto Muchisawe, Abimbi October, Bale Sports Center, Umtual Kumo, Yebem Tuale Santo, a meza million yemo, Wablaba Tual Kumia, Abana tickets of Cosa M10 Momo, Bajagusa Sulan Comitano, Bidamina Romo Center, Hiva Motors, Galaxy FM, Radio 4, Kawila War, MTN. Saba Furu Balamo!
Forget last season. Forget the oohs and the ahs. Forget every moment that stole the show. Because the real show is here on GoTV. It's the new season. It's action-packed and it's going to be non-stop football. With over 1,000 games from more than 7 leagues and cup competitions plus a World Cup. Make sure you get the best seat in the house this new football season. Get a GoCoder with 1 month of GoTV value for only 25,000 Uganda shillings and enjoy non-stop football. GoTV Uganda. Love it.
Government of Uganda, through the Uganda Bureau of Statistics, is organizing an e-conference and community advocacy program for the Uganda Bureau of Statistics activities for the financial year 2022-2023. The e-conference will bring together distinguished experts across different program sectors, including government policymakers, planners, private sector activists, development partners, civil society organizations, and chief administrative officers from selected districts to share knowledge and public involvement in embracing the UBOS activities. The e-conference will take place on Thursday the 22nd of September 2022 at the UBOS Conference Hall, Statistics House, Colville Street in Kampala from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. This event will be live on UBC TV, some selected UBC radio platforms, and streamed live on UBC and UBOS online platforms.
Quatesimu! Get the 4G smartphone of your dreams today and pay as you use. Choose from the Tecno Pop 5 Pro, Tecno Pova Neo, Samsung A03 Core or Nokia C10 and pay conveniently in daily, weekly and monthly installments for a period of a year using Airtel Money. You will also enjoy free 3GB and 100% bonus data on weekly and monthly bundles every month for 3 months. Visit any D-Lite shop or select Airtel Money branches countrywide and get one today. Terms and conditions apply. Airtel, the smartphone net.
Fun is our flavor. When we're together, the vibe is pretty alright. Our taste is pretty awesome. We are Uganda's #1 fruity refreshment. Enjoy Mirinda Fruity, Uganda's #1 fruity refreshment.
Welcome back. This is our guest corner, and like I introduced at the beginning of the bulletin, that we will be engaging in a dialogue with Airtel Uganda. And of course, in studios, we're joined by David Birungi. He's none other than the communications manager in Airtel. Now, but we all know that smartphones are continuing to be very essential in our day-to-day lives. And, you know, these are some of the enablers that help us connect to our beloved ones, to our mothers or fathers or friends. And at a point like this, we need cheaper prices, especially on bundles and minutes, and as well have a reliable 4G phone. And I think Airtel Uganda is trying to answer that particular question for us. So David, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for hosting me.
Quatesimu. What is this about?
Quatesimu is it's about really putting opportunity in the hands of many Ugandans. You and me carry a smartphone. I saw yours. You refused to open it. But there is opportunity on that smartphone. And that opportunity should not be with you and me only. If you look at the data from the regulator, just about 33% of Ugandans who have phones, only those are smartphones. What does a smartphone look like in the hands of a daily Ugandan? It is you being able to look at your work calendar and know when to come to work and when not to come. It means a parent who is able to answer a question, a homework question for their son in P5. It means a farmer being able to know the market prices for fruits in Nakasero. It means a trader being able to know whether his customs consignment has been cleared. That opportunity should not be limited to a few. So what did Airtel do? In 2018, we rolled out a 4G network across the country, meaning a clinician in Mbarara can send a picture to a consultant in Mulago and ask, what is this I'm seeing here? Can we discuss this The patient is in the consultation room, the consultant is in Mulago Hospital, the clinician is in Mbarara. And that conversation can improve the outcomes of that patient. That can be replicated in many other ways. It can be replicated with farmers being able to ask about inputs for their farms. It can also mean a traveler who is stuck somewhere in Hoima being to take a picture of the car part that is faulty to someone in Kampala so that the right car part is the one that is dispatched to Hoima. So those are the opportunities that the smartphone delivers. So we decided and said, we need to do something about this. When the country locked down, we all know globally the prices of devices went up as the whole world closed. People are working from home, laptops became expensive, even smartphones became expensive. But we took a decision as Airtel and say we shall progressively bring the prices of these devices down. We have under Kwate Simu, we have the most affordable device on the market at 250,000. You can get a 4G smartphone, not 3G. 4G smartphone.
240.
250,000.
And 50. Okay, don't move that fast. Okay, 250. What's the capacity? How big is the space?
I must admit that this is an entry-level device. Okay. That's not in the range of your iPhones and the high-end Samsung phones. But with the intention of what we want to solve with that entry-level device, about 6,000 amp hours. The other specs I don't have them off the head. But what it does, it allows someone out there to connect to the internet and get the opportunities that you and me are getting. Now, we didn't stop there. We decided to get partnerships like Delight, which is why I'm putting on this shirt. Delight across the country has service centers in all the cities of the country.
Delight Cosmetics?
Delight, they have been known for solar products. Okay. But they now moved into devices, smartphones.
Okay.
So what this partnership does, it allows you and me to buy a smartphone on a higher purchase basis. You go with between 100 and 150 depending on which of the phones you would like. We have Nokias, we have Technos, we have Samsungs. You decide that, no, I'll take this one. The prices are there, and good thing they're displaying them on your camera right now. You put, say, 100,000, 130, there's even 110 for a Nokia C10. And then you can pay the balance daily, monthly, or quarterly for a period of 1 year.
Installments, it's 100 and something.
Depending on the phone you take. If you take a Samsung, Samsung A03, you will pay 125, the initial deposit.
Okay, I'm not just interested about the promotion, Kwata Simu, and everything that you're elaborating now. I'm interested in, if I'm going to pay up a phone for a full year, I need to know its capacity. I need to know what is it capable of, because I'm a person who loves my selfies. How are the pixels? Am I comfortable having a phone, you know, paying up a phone for a full year, and I'm not getting all the functionalities
I just
that
want
I need?
to give you, just to give you comfort. We've been known for quality things, including a quality network, and we don't want to spoil our name of quality with anything that doesn't meet that. So we do that a lot. We have good devices in any of our Airtel Money branches. Those phones, depending on what you want, the specifications are in black and white for you to make the decision. But the most driving factor for a purchase decision at that time, because these are entry-level devices, I must emphasize, is the cost. People who are intending to join the opportunities.
So the least amount I can pay on monthly basis would be how much?
2,100 shillings.
Every month?
Yes.
For a full year?
For a full year. You're already using the phone. We used to hear these conversations. These come from markets in Europe, where people are using the phone on higher purchase. I had others who are using blankets on higher purchase. But it has come down to our market. And we are going to go out and keep looking for these partnerships. Because when we have more people using the internet, the average cost of data goes down, because the fixed cost of masts, fiber, and all that is spread between, among many millions of users. And therefore, the average cost of a GB will progressively go down as you connect to more people. But that doesn't stop there. we are extending opportunity to many millions, and that opportunity should not be between me and you.
But Birungi, as you widen the scope of production and your services to the people, I think you should also widen the capacity of your network in the most humblest way.
Yeah.
I speak from an experience. Yes.
I'd like to hear that.
Yes, we normally have dropped calls, and we also have an issue of sometimes you put data like probably 9 GB for a month, the Chillax bundles.
It doesn't expire?
It does not expire, but sometimes the network is off completely.
Okay.
And when you switch to a different network, you find the network is clear, and then, you know.
Okay, what we of course, we recognize the network is a live environment. Because it's a live environment, its performance changes. But we always give about 99.9 availability.
But
for
also
the network.
BSS stations, they need to be enlarged.
Let me explain. The network can grow vertically and horizontally. Vertically, for example, you have a tall building, I'm sure you've seen them, come up in an area where you are. While you're admiring, oh, these are nice apartments, they probably will block the sight of view for the people who are behind them. So we come in and evaluate when we get the feedback like you've given and say, okay, what has happened in this area? And we keep our channels open to get that feedback. If it needs a new mast, we'll certainly even come to the top of that block of apartments and put a mast. If you, for example, more people have converged in an area. Recently there was a festival somewhere in Jinja. Many people showed up. So we follow. That is temporary. It is once in a year.
This thing,
that
thing.
But we worked in the background to ensure that everybody was there, was able to take a picture, send the video without interruption. Now, once that activity ends, we certainly scale down the capability.
Why are you scared to mention the name?
Because those are our customers, and we congratulate them for the work they did there. And
David, yes, how can we access these phones?
How we can access these phones? The phones are available in all our Airtel Money branches, major Airtel Money branches in the 6 cities, plus the device, the Delight service centers. Delight is in all the cities, the Ugandan cities. Now you will go to a Delight shop or Airtel Money branch, you go with your national ID, you'll be asked to install a Delight app from where you'll be paying your daily or weekly or monthly payments for the phone. But as you walk out of that shop, you walk out with a smartphone, you walk out with 3 GB of data. Also, for every weekly or monthly data bundle you buy on that phone, you get 100% bonus. So even as you're paying for the phone, literally you are using the free data as you pay for the phone.
In Kampala Central, where exactly can we?
In Kampala Central, all our MB, what we call Airtel Money branches, in your neighborhood, they are all over the place. Not the service centers, I must emphasize this.
Okay.
The offer is available.
Like Simba Telecom, you can get the service there?
Not Simba Telecom, but our branches are labeled Airtel Money branches. They are well lit in black and white. In all major neighborhoods, they are available. You walk there with your original ID. You'll get the phone. You'll pay in between 110 to 150, depending on what.
The service centers, no.
The service centers, no. It is Delight service centers and Airtel Money branches.
Okay, so that information needs to be clear.
That's why I'm here.
In terms of awareness. No, but you're not giving us the clear picture, because the layman out there wants to understand.
Okay, can I read those?
Can you just show me where exactly I can get this phone in Kampala?
Where you can get this, for example.
The information here we have is about Mukono.
Mukono, because why Mukono? That's where we launched from. This we're targeting outskirts of Kampala. But also in Kampala, we have, for example, Airtel Money branch in Nakawa, we have in Ruzira, we have in Gaba, we have everywhere you see an Airtel Money branch.
Just in 2 seconds, Birungi, let's wind up.
Yeah, wherever you see an Airtel Money branch or Delight service center in a trading center near you, just walk there with a minimum deposit of 110 and get onto the network, the smartphone network as we know it, and the opportunities that come with having an internet connection.
Thank you so much. That was David Birungi, the communications manager there at Airtel Uganda. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Well, Kwata Simu is for you and I, and it is easing on the wallet. So let's get bombarding their shops to capture some of these benefits. Thank you so much for being a part of us this lunchtime and for allowing us to join you in your lunchtime space. My name is Patricia Lukomampanga. Very good afternoon to you.
Oh, they look nice.
Thank you, honey.
Yo!
You guys gather, it's going down. Gather! Gather!
Yo! Girl, I tell you what.